G'day mate and welcome back to Factorio with me, JD. After finishing off red circuits last episode, you can guess what's coming up this episode. It's blue circuit. As far as I can think, I need to go back and confirm. It's the last thing we haven't built. Solar panels. Satellite. Okay, it's almost the last thing we haven't built. But this is it. This is the last big item. Blue circuits. Processing units? Processing units. So this is where we're at. And this is... I'm in creative mode if you can't tell. By the little C up in the corner and the purple accumulator. But this is a multiple stamps of a build that was sent to me back when I did my Gigabase. Because my Gigabase, I built blue circuits and I trained green circuits in and I had the bots fly them, and needing 20 green circuits for every process, it was a lot of bots. It was a lot. It was nowhere near UPS efficient. But this is the build, because I had somebody send me the blueprint, send me the build, and then I found it on Reddit, and then I found, some months later I found it on Reddit, and then I think I had this actually from the Reddit post. I don't know. It's been saved for quite some time. And this is the build. And look, I like the concept. We've got copper in, which then gets put through a pass-through chest into green circuits. Green circuits has iron plate delivered in separately, because one insert is just not enough to keep up with both iron plate and copper cable. Green circuits outputs to this chest here. It also outputs to this throughput chest, which is capped according to a circuit condition, to go into red circuits. Plastics picked up along with the green circuits turn into red. That's also put out to this chest, which then gets turned into blue circuits with this long-handed inserter putting it back into that passive provider chest to give you your blue circuit output. And then this copper cable machine is also duplicated down here to do a pass-through for copper cable into red circuits. So it's a very tight, it's a very compact build. And honestly, I really like it. I really love the concept. It's as much direct insertion as you can sort of squeeze in a small area. But there's always a but. This is my 16 roboports, because that's been sort of the standard we've built around. Being, according to our train length, which means our train ends here. The other end of the cargo wagons ends at about here. We've got engines hanging out the front. And this is at the maximum distance. So you can see deconstruction plan. You can see this chest sits right on this edge. And over this side, I've got one square free. So this is the maximum size build. And it's all running. And to be honest with you, this machine's running perfectly. Right? The blue circuit machines are running perfectly. The the red circuit machines are running beautifully as well. They never slow down. There's a little bit of excess in the chests, which is why both these guys have a wire condition to make sure they never overfill this chest. Also, if you're pulling blue circuits out, obviously the whole system will back up. The green circuit machine, it is throttled, it is choked. Basically, the inserters just can't get it out fast enough. In saying that, technically the copper cable can't get in fast enough either. So it's choked on both ends. But our end product, we're looking for those blue processing units. That's fine. It's running at max speed. So this is the build that was set to be, I've looked at, and I was planning on actually using. It uses 150 bots. It's only a half blueprint, don't forget. It's not a full blueprint. It's only the southern side of the train station. But the biggest issue I have is this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's 18 blue circuit machines. Which, sounds like a good number, except I need 109 of them. So, let's max rate calculator real quick. 109 divided by 18 divided by 2, because obviously they have a north and a south, means I need 3 and a bit builds. Now I could probably get away with the extra bit because that's probably going to be used by satellites. So I could probably do just 3 builds of this. But overall, come on, is production only 800 per minute? I need 5,000. Okay, so this is doubled, so 1,600 per minute. 13.8 per second. Okay, so that's this build. Now I'm going to power it down, which means we're going to wait for all the bots to land. Beautiful. So, oh, and this one has copper, iron coming in for green circuits, copper coming in for copper cable for both the red and the green circuits, and plastic coming in for the red circuits. This is the build that I'm prod mods. This is the build that I'm basically comparing it to. And I think one of those power generating thingy bobs. Oh, really? Power poles. Did that power up? Oh. I don't really look at power. I don't really care too much. We're gonna need some of these guys to get started. Alright. So my build is using the copper cable to green circuits we've used before. Shove that into a chest. Request in the advanced circuits. And then make a blue circuit. Okay. Now blue. Whoops. Here in the middle, I can actually have 2 going to one chest. At the outside, I can't. Now, I'm not sure whether I actually want the copper on the outside and all the blues putting in the same chest or what. Probably do. So there's probably some little shenanigans that I need to change with the build. But this is the basic concept. Oh, I didn't look at the total. The total's there. Whatever that happens to be. In theory, it was running at max speed, so we can just look at the max rate calculator and say how fast were you going. Alright, so then this build. Now, the other one had about 130 bots. Roughly. I'm hoping my build actually comes out more efficient on bots. I'm hoping. Don't know. I'm also hoping it comes out on slightly higher on production. But again, we'll see. But that's the number we're comparing to, and we want to get up to as close to that as possible, to be honest. Now, originally we needed 109.2 with an 8 beacon build. If we go up to a 12 beacon build, we now only need 75. So the production's slightly less. Slightly less. Which probably means we need more than 3. But, give me a total so we've got something to play with. So it's about 8. Probably 800 neat. Fluctuating enough, I'm going to call it probably 800. 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79. It's off the end of the graph. Woob, can you fix that? Can that represent 1 minute exactly? Look, I'm going to call that at 800. Like, it's still fluctuating upwards. It's pretty much stabilized at 807, 806. So that's 800 for this build. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 compared to 2, 4, 8, 14. So, it's slightly less assemblers. Slightly less. But about 100 to 150 the other build. But I think its winning point, I guess you could call it, is actually there's a couple of things. So, no, I tried that. So I tried removing the copper output and having just one less inserter. Means this guy's not quite fast enough to keep up. It also meant that eventually, because this is now running at 12 beacon speed, not the earlier 10 beacons, 8 beacon speed, this inserter got choked, right? There was not quite enough green circuits in this box, and this inserter basically choked, either picking up too many greens and didn't pick up any reds, or vice versa. Right, picked up, yeah, too many greens, not enough reds. In theory, if I did that, made sure red was always the first item it picked up, and it stayed that way, I'd be fine. Because what happens is, in a box, the inserter grabs the first item if it needs multiple items. So if there's 5 different item types in here, it'll grab the last item if it needs any of the 5. If it only needs, 3 of the 4, it starts here and works its way backwards till it finds one of the items it can actually pick up and actually needs and pick that item up. Now, if I put red circuits at the end, it means this would be full of red circuits, and it means that inserter would just grab the greens. One of those little optimization things that you can do, but it also requires that you never, ever, 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 ever run out of red circuits at this build. Because if you do, every one of these chests will be reset to red or green could go first. When you want green first, red at the end. Right? So that's cash me too. So, how many I says? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So, again, actual calculator. 12. We have... so 76 divided by 24, because we've got 12 double-sided, means we need 3.1. So it's not a massive difference. In saying that, I don't really think I can squeeze anything extra in this area to get another build in. In fact, I'd probably prefer to cut off 2 and have the build area go from here to there. Just make the build slightly smaller. Or maybe just cut out the outside, that one and that one. Just to make the build slightly smaller and have 4 builds total. But yeah, as I was saying, I really think where these 2 builds win out is mine has 96 assembly machine, 96 inserters with 36 assemblers. I admit, it does mean that red circuits are made off-site and they're trained in, so we do have to count that, account for that. But for my 96 and 36, this one has 164 plus the 36 long-handed inserters with 74 assembly machines. So that's one hell of a difference between the 2 builds. Pipes are about the same. Technically, the southern one has less pipes because we're going further between, and I've got extra pipe to grounds here because I just duplicated the build, whereas realistically, this one should connect straight into that one. So that technically, a little bit less pipes. Yeah, pipes are something I haven't got to yet. But I think this is the build I'm going for, and I've had some people say to me, look, building things in creative mode is a little bit cheaty. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Building a whole base in creative mode is definitely cheating. Building something to test it, and that's the bottom line, to test it. Actually, what was that output? 800. Does that say we get? Wait a minute, 806. Spot on. And that one too. Building something to test it, I have no problem with people using creative mode. Done. Building something, building a whole base, that's cheating. That comes down to how well can you blueprint things, how well can you design all the pieces of the puzzle to fit together, when redesigning a piece of the puzzle takes all of about 14 seconds. Right? Coming in here and testing a build being this is my blue circuit build, I want to test, or red circuits or green circuits, whatever you want to test. That I really don't have a problem with. Because I can test them in-game, and in my Gigabase series, I actually tested everything in-game. Which meant there were periods where I'd literally load up the map, put down a new build, and run it for 12 hours. Because of how big the base was and how much of a logistical nightmare the base was, it would sometimes take 12 hours for it to stabilize with a new build. Right? So, it was crazy trying to, you know, do that for every single build in any series. Right? You know, in my own time, I've built some amazing, atrocious builds. It's my own time. I don't care if it takes 12 hours to test it. It was fun to build. So this one does 831. So that's the difference we're talking about. Per minute, 31 extra. Does it actually put that out? Yeah. So that build to that build. 30 extra per minute. For the cost of 100 extra assemblers. No, inserters. 100 extra inserters. A couple of extra chests. Not a heap. A lot of circuit conditions, because every single green circuit, inserter and red circuit inserter are hooked up to a circuit condition, which all have to be calculated every second, or not quite every second, but often. Actually, I think it's a better way to do it. Okay. Sure. A much better way of doing it. Much better way of doing it. Yeah, it means that the inserters are moving less often. So if you compare this one to this one, you see this guy's swinging a lot. This guy's swinging way less. Same with this one. I could change that to the red. That means he should output all four at once. I don't know how much they stack up to. So, reds obviously stack up to 4 items. Or the inserter has to output. Copper stacks way higher. Green circuits, I saw a 12 there. But maybe it stacks to the full 12. Anyway. Tweaking circuit condition is something for another episode. But we're going to copy that. Export, copy, wiggle, quit, exit, go back to that copy, and import. Okay. Don't need that, don't need that. Photos. Technically. Like so. Oh, stuff. Oh, I want a robot. Oh crap, I didn't move that train. It's been sitting a while. Robot. Thanks to autosave. Come on. Read those, read those. Really? Even then I still didn't have it. Oh, it's fine. I'll start placing on the southern side. Okay. I'm going to put that build there. One. Good. Beacons are actually offset by one tile. Yeah. North and south beacons are offset by one. Why are they offset by one? I have no idea why. But that's an easy fix. Go bots, go! Okay. So this will be our blue circuit build. Those. I'm gonna fighter. Row reports. One stack, please. That should be. Pipe. Who would have thunk it? More speed modules. More beacons. Why not carry piping? Does not look that way. Great. I think you're lying to me. Really? Maybe you're not lying. I don't have any spare in my inventory. Okay. Go. It was only half lying to me. Okay, so really, actually, because you're gonna plug straight into there. You're gonna plug straight. You plug straight. So I have one pipe this side, which feeds both sides. I need more speed modules. More. Yeah, speed modules. Speed. Right, go back to out. And restock. Fly, rearm. Head back out here. Because we're 3 short. Alright. We're going with requested chests. Red circuits. Chests. I would call that a fairly successful. Like I said, it's very long. Probably my only reservation. Very. Come on, let me walk. Correct? I don't know. I think that's correct. Move it left one time, I think. That bit of pipe can go away. Pipe. Maybe a radar would help. off. Really? Thanks, space. Alright, so more inserters, more requested chests. More of those. More of those. More of those. It could get noisy in a second. Cats decide to come on. Hey, yep, that's the keyboard, cat. Thank you. That's been put back. Really? I need chills. Or he says, I don't need more speed beacons to finally. Thank you, cat. Oh, stop attacking the microphone. Cat on floor. Or maybe you can hear the cat purring. Nope, cat's decides going to attack the screen. You know, a baby might have cried on Reddit when the trains hit one. The cat's just like, oh, can I help? Oh, help destroy things? Okay, so I need... enough? I'd really love to have enough pipe to do. Maybe that one last pipe is enough. I did it with exactly 0 pipe to spare. Woohoo! Alright, so that's there. That's there. Oh, they are a straight line. They don't look straight. Alright, science at the home base is done. These guys. Stone. Waiting on. Me to basically go get stone. Oh, no, it's probably waiting on my train that was parked in the way. Which is dead. Yep. Eat the... You know, apart from the whole, I need more. I need to tweak things. More speed module. That pipe can go away. Because we're going to have acid over here somewhere. Probably. But that's done. So, you output. Now we're in real mode. You output 1500 per minute. I need 5400. So, go with this. We go 5044 divided by 19 equals 3.15 bill. I turn off the satellite. Off the satellite. Okay, so the new number I've got, because I don't mind making just a separate build, just for satellite. 4744 divided by 1598 equals 2.96. Ah, done. Done. So we need 3 of these builds plus a separate one for the satellite. Need 3 total. Okay. So we're going to jump in our train. We're going to go back to base as sort of a celebratory victory. Go home for a change. Put our feet up. from the fireplace. Rest for the evening. After mission accomplished. Place that. Behind me. But going through the list. Oh, we're right on the 30-minute mark. Okay, so let's go through the list really quickly. So we have red science and green science, which make their own gear production. So we're not counting on them for gears. We have gear production. Shit ton of gear production. Calculator says we need 16,500 per minute. Double check. Items per minute. Got 13, 33. Overkill. Oh, because they only run at 50% efficiency. That's why. Because we can't smelt the iron fast enough to get it into these machines. There we go. That's why. So that's done. Steel. Which we can't max rate calculate. So we just have to take our word that steel's done. Iron. We can't calculate. We have to take our word that that's done. Copper is done. So, on to... Alright, on to... Hey, Bubbles. Off the keyboard again, please. Sorry, you just popped tail in the microphone. Green circuits. Green circuit build without producing for blue circuit. Needs 54,000. One does 28. With two of them, we get our 54. So that's that one. Red circuit, which is that one. Mark how many. Good time to mark exactly how we need. We need 27,000, and this does 71,000. So 27,000. Equals 3.8. So we need 4 of these. Okay, blue circuits, we just did that one. We know we need 4,700 or something after we take the satellite. We're doing 1,500. So we have 3 of those. Those off in the... we're ignoring all oil products. All oil products should be done. Do you happen to output? I know you're missing. But you should do... So you're doing how many batteries? So we need 2,500 batteries we're doing. Plus we need 300 accumulators. So this is our battery and our accumulator build all in one. You know, these... Oops. These things by themselves will chew materials. Actually, not that much. It does mean the bot's going to have to fly from the passive providers over here and dump in here. Where I'd like to do that on belts, but, you know, rules and all. So it's going to have to be done by bots. So, accumulators are done. Batteries, which has got moved in the calculator, are done. Thanks, cat. Half the challenge is every single time the cat walks over the keyboard working out which F button pressed. Per minute, we're doing 3,000 yellow packs per minute. Done. Purple science. 3,000 purple per minute. Done. Now I know this is still half belts and I need to back on. Electric furnaces. We need 1,071. We're doing 1,000. So that's done. What else do we? Blue science. Massive blue science. Which now I'm looking at, I can actually shorten. I will do that. 3,900. Need to short build. It's a very long build. And I'm already looking at, like, I can cut 1, 2. Basically, for every assembler, I can cut 1 tile. I can cut this in 14 tiles. So that's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can cut it in that many tiles. Not a lot, but every little bit matters. Okay? It's cutting off 2 beacons length at that end, and 2 beacons length at that end. So, yep, it's a much bigger than a stack. Row report. Construction area. Logistics area. But it should mean I should be able to cut a row report from both ends. Maybe even 2 from one end. Maybe not. But blue science is done. Done. Actually, we need to look at engines. We needed 2,100. Oh, 3.8. Very turn off. Okay, so engines we needed 2,900. We're doing 3,300. Electric engines we're doing 1,100. And we only need 1071. Oh, mining drill. What? The mine just. This is going to eat so many materials. We need 2,300. We're making 2,300. We only need 2,142. Again, we've got overproduction there. Military. All this should equate to 0. We technically don't have quite enough machines on that. Oh, because I boosted the final speed because it only has 2, 3, which would maybe one of these to 3 of these. Because ratio dictates. 1 second. But I cut it down, hoping that I cut out that fraction of it. But military science, we're buffering, so that's fine. We're only doing 1,000 packs. So what does that leave? Oh, speed module. We don't have a speed module 1 build. We have. That's 2150, and that's going to be 2150, right? So, yeah. So, where are we? Satellites. Satellites here. We're going to have to make processing units for the satellites separately. We're going to have to make low density structures for the satellites separately. We've made accumulators already. We're going to have to make solar panels, which is not that hard. Put into the cap. We need 4.5 heavily beaconed assemblers. Oh. It does mean whatever state, or where we physically make the satellites is going to be a mess. Because we're going to have to bring in copper, steel, electronic circuits. We're going to bring in the accumulators separately. We're going to need... or we'll either make green circuits on site by bringing iron as well. Or we bring in circuits and make processing units. What else do we... Accumulators, rocket fuel, radars. Radars we'll probably make right there because they're really easy to do. Iron plate, gears, electronic circuits. So we're going to have somewhere where satellites are being made where we're probably going to produce our own green circuits with an import iron, copper, steel, plastic. Iron, copper, steel, plastic. Solar panels. No. Oh, I keep yawning. It's really, really bad today. It's because it's cold. Cold. Even if it's the middle of the day. If it's cold, it's a good time for a nap. Yep, it's Australian for you. Australia for you. I like it when it's warm. So where are we? We're gonna have to bring in iron, copper, steel, plastic, rocket fuel, accumulators. I think iron and copper circuit plus steel or low density structures and solar panels plus accumulators themselves. Yeah, like we're gonna have to bring in like 5 or 6 ingredients to one spot to then make satellites in a hurry to then ship them off to where we're making satellites. So that and speed modules are the only things we're missing. And speed modules are going to be their own special nightmare because they're absolutely massive. We just need so many of them. Calculator real quick. It's not as I thought. Although I haven't. Yeah. Actually, I think it's one of the current holdups in the base. I'm already. It went a long line of speed modules. Finally back. Everything's back. Science be broken. Purple science be dead. They still be dead because it's gone. Rasto. But yeah, so speed module 1s is the next build. That is actually the final build. Again, it's going to be about 60 assembly machines in size. So I'm willing to bet. Oh, actually, it's only half that. Yeah, it's not so bad. Not so bad. Who's that? 88. Yeah, we should be able to do that one quickly and easily. Solar's still being placed down by the happy, hungry little robots. Obviously, we need to start extending. And then we need to start actually placing builds. And trying to work out how to get all this stuff taped together. Need to, oops. Caps lock. Need remove belts. Yep, that's a typo, but it can stay there. So, I'm going to call it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching, as always. I do hope you're enjoying the series. We are coming, I wouldn't really say to a conclusion or an end, because there is still a lot to do. There is still actually getting everything plugged together in some sort of neat fashion. There is still working out how the hell we're going to mine that many resources that quickly. There is still traffic jam. Really? Storage is full. Okay. Yep, I don't know about that one. That's a problem for next episode. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right.